Hello, everybody. Welcome back to How I Met Your Fandom. This is Ethan and Ibrahim. So happy to be back. Sorry it's been so long, guys. Life has been going crazy. Life has been wild. Got married, I moved, had a honeymoon, all these different things, but none of those are a good excuse. I know. None of that is a good excuse for missing the pod. I'm so sorry. But we are here today to talk about something really, really awesome. Ivy and I have been consuming a lot of content, and we're actually going to spend a day coming up, probably on Saturday, hopefully recording a couple of different videos that we can release to you all pretty soon. But today's video is this movie that dropped out of nowhere. I wasn't even asking for it. I didn't know I needed it. I didn't know I wanted it. But when I saw it, I was like, this is awesome. And we were talking about Hustle. Hustle starring Adam Sandler. Ivy, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's starring Adam Sandler, as Ethan just said, and it's produced by LeBron James, of all people. You know, some people call him the GOAT, some people don't. It is what it is. We're not going to get to that. But it also stars a plethora, just a long list of fucking 2K roster of actual basketball stars. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards is a goddamn menace. That guy could win an Oscar right now.
Yeah, what a good actor. I was so impressed. I was so impressed.
I love him so much, and I hated him immediately.
Yeah.
That's not true. Not even immediately, because I did like him immediately. I was like, oh yeah,
He's
then I
cool.
was like, oh, this guy sucks.
Yeah. Dang.
But yeah, man. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Adam Sandler approached LeBron James for help on this project to make it more authentic. It's an interesting word, considering that, you know, there's a lot of basketball movies out there, Coach Carter, Glory Road, etc., etc. I can go on.
Yeah.
This one definitely did feel different. You know, this one was, I don't know, what's the word? I'm looking for. It was more like visceral.
Visceral's a great word.
Yeah,
visceral's a great word.
Like immediately, the star of this movie, star is Adam Sandler, but the star basketball player to make the focal point name is Bo Cruz. I believe he's an athlete. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Pancho Herman Gomez. I did not know who he was going into this, but I'm watching him hoop. I'm like, this guy is a real hooper. You know, he's not acting.
Dude can ball.
Yeah. He's a Honcho Herman Gomez. Yes, I know his brother, Willie Herman Gomez. So, like, yes, his brother also makes an appearance in the movie. He's one of the what do you call it, cameos. But yeah, man, you've seen like Coach Carter, all that kind of stuff like that. No, these guys are actors.
Airbud.
Acting like they're hooping. This guy is for real. Is he that good in real life? Probably not. But he has the movements, you know what I mean? Like, he sold that movie. You couldn't just get some jump off the street to play that role.
Right.
Interesting to say that, you know, that talk about basketball show. You didn't watch the show yet. You got to watch it. Winning Time on HBO. One of the best shows that came out this year, I would say. And it stars a bunch of people who don't hoop, but they were really good. They said, like, you have to at least look like you know what you're doing out here in order to sell Magic Johnson. No, they didn't go that approach. They got somebody who could actually sell.
You know, speaking of Winning Time, I watched. You know, I love watching those actors roundtables and stuff like that.
Round table for this show?
Not for this one. It's got the guy who's playing Magic Johnson on it.
Oh, okay, he's a young scrub out of nowhere. Yeah, played football in college, and they shifted him over to basketball.
Yeah, he that as an actor, he sounds really cool to listen to. So yeah, I do want to make sure I watch that show.
Yeah.
Before we get started talking too much about what we're like applauding about the show though, or about the movie, let's just take a second to like break down the plot, because something that has failed in the past about these types of entertainment. So you know, Spike Lee and NBA 2K has been trying to do something like this for a long time.
Yes.
They've wanted to bring an actual like really interesting story to a game that's typically used for just competitive play and make it some sort of PvE that is like, you know, you are this character that's living through this drama to try to get where it is. And it, you know, sometimes the you know, the game has been interesting and the plot's been interesting. You know, there's that Frequency Vibrations one. I don't know if you ever played that one, the Freak.
Yeah. I played that one.
Yeah, and like all those are interesting, but at the end of the day, it had the production value of an NBA 2K game, who were like just assumed people wouldn't be that crazy about it. Even though I'm always down for a good story.
Yeah.
But guys, this movie isn't just a good story. Like, of course it puts you in your feels. I almost cried at one point. I'll tell you about it and say it. I bet maybe you can guess which point it is, but yeah. But I legit thought like this, oh dang, like they did this right. Each character has some point of history, some point of background, some point of awesome thing that they're working on or working towards, and that ends up somehow being important for the main character, who is Bo. I think Bo Cruz.
Cruise missile.
The cruise missile or the boa. They gave him two. Yeah, they gave him two names rather than.
Yeah, cruise missile so much cooler.
Yeah,
I love that one so much.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards capitalized on the boa constrictor like real fast, making fun of him for it. Yeah, so, but yeah, the plot is Adam Sandler plays a scout for the 76ers. He is a failed assistant coach that has been.
Is he failed? I don't think he's ever an assistant coach. He's an aspiring assistant coach.
Aspiring? Oh, I thought he had a time to shine and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Maybe I misunderstood that.
I think how I understood it was he always wanted to be a coach, and of course the path to a coach is to be an assistant coach. But he's so good as a scout. This guy just knows the game that the 76ers thinks he's more valuable there. Right. The owner is like a sort of a close personal friend of his. They don't really get too much into that. I think it goes back to college. I don't know. They don't really get too much into that. But the owner's played by another big name, Robert Duvall, right? The Godfather. He's in The Godfather. He's not The Godfather. Anyways, he plays the owner of the 76ers, the fictional owner of the 76ers. And he finally offers Adam Sandler the job of assistant coach come next season. But unfortunately, he dies. I saw that a mile away.
All right.
Yeah. I'm surprised Robert Duvall's still alive. But little jokey joke. Hope he is.
It's cold. Yeah. Cold.
But yeah, man. Did you see him in The Godfather? No. His son Ben Foster, a prick. This guy is a good actor.
Yeah, he played that guy really. I think it was the hat though.
Yeah,
I think it was the hat. Like
yeah,
the hat
he's a picky fucking blinder.
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, you knew he was a dick from the jump, right? So Adam Sandler is the scout, and Ben Foster is the son who's there because genetics. Nepotism.
Cold hard.
He's in the room. It's right. Jaleel White's in there. Goddamn Urkel is in there. Why are you in this stable?
You know who I thought it was at first?
Who?
CJ McCollum.
See that. But yeah, he's just too much older. He's just too old.
I'm like, oh, I mean, I know they didn't do well, but I didn't think they would just cast him as a
not a player.
Yeah.
Scout or something, or a staffer. But yeah, they're sitting at the round table. They're doing their their war room meeting, talking about our friend Adam just got off the road. He's in Europe for some reason. He's touring in Europe. You know anything about that? Is that like the peak time for like the European basketball league or something?
No.
For some reason, for some reason he was over there overseas looking in like Germany and Lithuania and whatnot. And the son here is adamant about drafting some bum German player.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler's like, I watched this guy with my own eyes. He ain't it.
Yeah.
And fast forward,
fumbles his way to a street game. Like he was just going to clear his mind, want to go shoot some hoops.
This comes later. What I'm getting, because remember, this is important, right? Ben Foster becomes the owner of the team.
Oh, right.
And he reneges on his father's wishes to make Adam Sandler the assistant coach.
Right. Yeah.
You are too valuable as a scout. You were right about the German guy. Haas. His name was Haas in the movie.
Yeah.
He's a player too. I can't remember his name, like Matt Kleber or something like that. I can't remember. Anyways, he didn't really matter. They don't really show him too much. Anyways, they whiffed on their first round pick, right? And he's like, I need you back on the road to find me my next big thing, and then I'll make you the assistant coach. He wants to be kingmaker. He's a little prick. You know what I mean? Honor thy father. Honor thy father's wishes. The least you can do. You know what I mean? Just let Adam Sandler cook. But yeah, he sends him back on the road to Spain, and that's what happens.
Okay, yeah.
He goes to Spain, and the player he's out there to look for isn't playing for whatever reason. And he's like, why the fuck am I here? Why am I out here? And he just says, all right, fine. We're going to go like shoot some hoops. And he just goes to some street game and he sees
Bo Cruz
hustling, paying pick up basketball for dollars.
Yeah.
Right? $10 says this guy can't touch the rim. I mean,
in some suede boots
with the ball. Like like dunking. I mean, like this guy can shoot all he wants. He will not touch the rim or his money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing in construction boots.
Yeah.
That was the first thing Sandler was looking at, like, holy shit.
Balling out with no traction.
Put him in some fucking LeBron, some Jordans.
He's jumping over the backboard. Yeah, and you know, it's off. The story ends up developing very similarly to the what felt like Giannis Antetokounmpo's MVP speech of like, I worked so hard to play ball. But it was like my family that was keeping me in it and allowing me to do it. Like we were all sleeping in the same room. We are all like living minimally, but I was still waking up. I was still working out. I was still doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's what Adam Sandler seems to discover about Bo. He's got this daughter. He lives with his mom. They live out in the shambles, out in the nowhere kind of thing. Well, I mean, it didn't look that bad, but like Adam Sandler was like, this is where it is kind of thing. Even though he's like clearly talented, like it's obvious just like watching the game, you're like, oh, I mean, this guy should at least be in the FIBA team for like Spain or something like that. Yeah.
He's raw and undisciplined.
Yeah,
right? He has all the skill. Cause even I mean, I'm not. I didn't play basketball like at all, like in high school or anything like that. But just from watching it, I'm like, okay, this guy's really good on the street. But this guy wants to put him on a team.
right.
That's a whole different game, and they address that. They address that for sure. So they know what they're doing. It very much, in a way, it feels like that 2K story in some degree. Even though in 2K you play in high school and whatnot and do the whole college track, it does feel like, you know, a diamond in the rough character.
Yeah.
Being inspired by a mentor, you know, to go to the next level.
And I would say that's probably the only part of the movie that feels like plot armor. Oh. You know what I mean? That's it. It's like Adam Sandler, the main character who's really upset about where he is in life, is really good at what he's doing, finds this diamond in the rough thing. That's the only thing that feels like so crazy forced. But I mean, realistically...
One other thing, and we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But realistically, there are, you know, thousands of scouts out there in the world looking at thousands of players. Like each scout probably has their eye seriously considering 10 different players, right? But like each team has one of these. So it's like, this stuff happens. Yeah. This stuff happens. It's realistic that you could go over to Europe and find some guy that won the genetic monopoly and also
lottery.
Or sorry, what did I say? Monopoly? Oh, that's a lot different.
This took everybody.
But yeah, won the lottery and also happened to like basketball, because there's tall people left and right that just don't like basketball. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, so Adam Sandler actually doesn't end up getting cleared to take this guy.
Yes. Oh my, that's important.
Yeah.
Well, he follows him home. Creepy.
Yeah.
You know, barely speaking Spanish. Actually, he's using a translator app.
Yeah. Oh my god, that scene was hilarious.
That is hilarious.
It's so funny.
Not ideal. That thing is speaking the most basic form of whatever language. Look at the bone.
Yeah, sorry.
Whatever language. It's a dog here.
Yeah, we have a dog now, so he's acting like he's like never been trained at all at anything in his life, but he's finally got a bone. It's gonna be okay. Sorry for your crunches.
But yeah. He follows him home using this translator app. Bo won't let them deal with him. He has to he only actually hears him out whenever he calls up Dirk, which by the way, Dirk's a good actor. For a minute, I thought Dirk was not fucking with him.
I was impressed with most of the NBA athletes on their acting on this. Yeah. I wanted to talk about later, but oh my god, most of the athletes they pull into this did great. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that was the production or what, giving them minimal things to do. Mm-hmm. Even you know, Kenny the Jet, he's been on TV for the last 10 years or something like that. So he's gonna be fine doing his thing. But I think anytime you see meet an athlete, they're supplemented with Kenny, Adam Sandler, or you know, actual actors where
Anthony Edwards, man, this guy's a fucking rookie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and he's a rookie in acting too. But this dude looked like he took drama.
It was
or something.
It was so good. It was a really good performance.
It's funny you bring up Kenny the Jet Smith, because he actually threw me off, and that's not his fault. He was damn good at acting, but I knew who he was, and he wasn't playing himself.
Yeah.
That was weird. Dirk's playing himself. Anthony Edwards not playing himself.
There's like 4 people that don't play themselves.
Yeah, but like, you know, they have the whole like NBA like lineup. Shaq is there, Charles Barkley's there, Ernie is there, playing themselves. They do the whole panel, and you're missing Kenny.
Yeah.
Then you get an actor to play Kenny, which actually would have been hilarious. Yeah. By the way, if they would have got like Anthony Anderson or something like that. So, I don't know, to play Kenny the Jet. Yeah, they missed it up.
Richard Jefferson, that would have been funny.
That would have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
Yes.
I was gonna say Kevin Hart, but
Kevin Hart.
I like yours better. But anyways, yeah, he's playing Power Agent. You know what I mean? Basically, he's Rich. What's his name? LeBron's agent.
Rich Campbell.
Rich. That's what I got from him. Playing Rich, essentially LeBron's agent. It's gonna bug me all day.
Why isn't it up here? It's Kenny the Jet. Oh,
yeah, it's right there. He's playing
Leon Rich.
Wow, he is playing Rich. I was gonna call his last name, but he's playing the fictionalized version of LeBron's agent, and multiple athletes' agent, but LeBron first and foremost. Anyways, and yeah, I'm like, dude, you were Kenny Smith.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? Like, why didn't they get anybody else to play this role? I don't know. I don't care. He was great. I'm just saying, it kind of took me out of it because I just couldn't get over the fact that he's in it a lot.
Yeah.
If there's like a co-star, it's probably him. You know what I mean? Or it's the third.
Yeah.
It's like Adam, Honcho.
Well, Queen Latifah.
No, I'm gonna give it to Kenny first.
Okay.
Give it to Kenny first. Nothing to get the Queen. Nothing to get the Queen. Kenny for sure. But yeah. They go to his house and convince them to let him in and just like give him a sales pitch. But he promised him the moon.
You're right.
Which
he didn't have.
He didn't have.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. I thought, like, dude, I swear on some villain shit, Ben Foster wants him to fail. And I don't know if they you know, that subtext. I don't know if they like seeded that very well. But like, I mean, you knew he was gonna renege on the dad's deal. That's not coming. But now, like, you sent me out here to find the next big thing. I found him. You said I'm paraphrasing. You said I'm the guy to find him. I found him. He won't even hear me out. So he has to pirate this kid into the States. He does it legally, but the 76 don't know about it.
Yeah.
And that becomes a whole issue.
Yeah. But I mean, from there on, without like, you know, giving away too much of the movie before we talk about a whole bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your typical hero's journey from that point. Adam Sandler and Bo both have to take on their own hero's journey from that point and both conquer their own problems. Adam Sandler is very much like some kind of mentor that is able to tell Bo about his hero's journey. Like, he's already been through it, but he's also going through one. You know what I mean? Like, because like Adam Sandler's character ends up opening up to Bo about what happened to him.
His career went sideways.
Right. And
I needed that. Like, this dude's driving like a 96 Malibu.
Yeah, I was like, what's up with that? What's on his arm?
I still don't believe how he's not that rich. How much they paying scouts these days? I mean, imagine finding talent for a team and making like 50 grand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had that dude up in the hotel for like months.
Yeah,
so
well, that's what they have. Maybe he's just frugal. Maybe it's just frugal. I was just mean, like, you know, Queen Latifah made it seem like they were struggling to get by. And then his car is just jank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I don't know. I couldn't buy it. Like, what is your money?
Yeah.
Must be just tied up in, you know, in case he has to fund an athlete himself.
But the whole movie's goal and objective Adam Sandler's whole goal and objective is get this kid seen by people, right time, right place to show off what he can do. Bo's whole objective is get me in a place where I can play for money and set my family up. Like, so it's like those two things spearhead at the climax of the movie, and it's, you know, it's a success story at the end of the day. And so
can't keep it teach dog new tricks. First thing Bo does the next day after touching down in the States is go hustle some Americans.
He's just balling out. Yep, taking money. That's what he does. And there's a whole little quirky thing about taking one bite of everything and leaving it. It's so weird, but
it's such like like I don't know. I don't know. I know Spain's not nearly as like as bad as like it's not a third world country. I'm trying to say. Spain's it's a first world developed country, but like it felt such like an American like thing. I am in America. I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do what Americans do and just have everything. But I know I can't eat it all. So yeah, I took one bite of everything. You know what I mean? Delicious. Pass.
So now that we've set up what the movie is about and how it is, I would like to talk about something. Well, actually, we'll save that for a second because actually that falls under Adam Sandler, which we're going to talk a whole lot about here in a little bit. Cool things about the movie that I thought were so cool. Obviously, was kind of the stuff we've already been talking about, like how good they were at portraying the NBA process without making them like look like full. So like Bo as an actor was either a very good actor at being an athlete that like kind of was just like struggling because even like when they portray him, he's not good on camera in the film, right? Like he's quirky, he's clumsy, he's an athlete in the film. But like from our perspective, I'm like, oh, he's acting like this, or is he like this? It's like so it was like blowing my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, is this guy like a really good actor, or like are the producers so good at making these athletes and setting them up for success? Kind of like what I was talking about with like Kenny the Jet Smith walking. There's this one scene where he's on the phone with Adam Sandler. He's like, yo, we're setting up this this private thing. You got to get your boy here in 15 minutes or whatever. In comes Trae Young and Aaron Gordon and one other guy. I'm so sorry, I can't remember the third guy, but there's so many athletes in this thing. But they had the easiest role, but made it look so real. They were coming up, dap up Kenny, get in the gym. And there was no awkward, weird little line. Like Kenny wasn't like, oh, yo, you're Trae Young, player for the Atlanta Hawks. You weren't to OU. You were so good. It was just like, oh, what's up, Trae? What's up?
Exactly.
In the gym.
In the room where it happens. All you Hamilton fans, you just felt behind the scenes.
I loved that aspect of this movie of like it felt so generic watching. Exactly. It's like if you were in that gym. If you were in that gym watching everything happen, that's what it felt like.
You were there. If you're there, you're there. You know what I mean? You're meant to be there. There was no strucking or star. Nobody was starstruck.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, like it was just everybody who's anybody who needs to be there was there. Like, oh yeah, that's just John. He's cool.
Another cool thing that I'll say, and then I'll shut up and let you have some cool things too. Like, so even there's this whole in the acting world, there's a big long maybe debate or argument of like when they should use certain types of actors for certain things before you're like discrediting like certain actors, even though they have like an actual daily application of that thing. So like casting a disabled person to play a disabled role, or a trans person to play a trans role, or a gay person to play a gay role, or anything like this. I don't want to get into that a whole lot, but I thought it was really cool that when he was in Spain, all the players that were there, that first open gym he went to, were NBA players that I recognized from Spain. Like it was so cool, including an NBA Thunder player from back in the day. He doesn't play anymore. I can't remember his name. This was his thing. He'd shoot a three and then do this thing. Man, what was his name? Man, whatever. I don't remember. It started with A, but so those are my cool things about the film. It was so generic, and they casted players. They casted players and made them look well. Or made it look like they were acting well, I should say.
No, they did a really good job. All these actors, just again, the revolving door just kept showing up. They got Dr. J in here. Dr. J's having a moment because he also had a big part in Winning Time. He wasn't there. He wasn't him. Somebody was playing him. But still, like between that movie or that series and this movie, Dr. J's making sort of a comeback. I really liked the social media aspect. You know what I mean? Talk about can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know what I mean? I love the through line there, right? I know we just went over the plot or whatever, but just go watch the movie a bit. You meet Bo Cruz hooping on the street, hustling, right? The first thing he does in the States is hooping on the street, hustling. Adam says, don't, stop. We're not here for that. We're here to make real money, right? Well, I'm assuming you listen to this, you watched the movie already. Later down the line, he gets blackballed from participating in the Columbine Combine. Whoa, pause. In the combine. Shoot in the gym. Whoa.
Whoa.
The dark jokes. He gets blackballed from playing in the combine. So his daughter, Adam's daughter, so I should say, Adam Sandler's daughter, has the bright idea to just let him, what's the word?
Post the story out. Go live.
Well, you go viral.
Yeah.
Like exhibit his skills on the court, doing what he does best. And what's that? Hustling. They say, I'll give you $100 if you can touch the rim. Yeah. I'll give you $1,000 if you can score on this guy.
Yeah.
And the entire city of Philadelphia shows up, and it just goes wild. And it's Dr. J is the one who makes it, gives it clout. Dr. J shows up and like, oh, okay, this is something we should actually look into. We should actually come and watch. And then everybody wants a piece of that shit. And then when Dr. J is there and everybody's there, it gets viral. Fucking Tobias Harris shows up, doesn't he?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, the league starts showing up to like show how legitimate this guy is. And they don't do Aaron Gordon dirty. He gets the score.
Yeah.
He gets like, listen, I'm scoring.
Yeah.
I'm better than this guy in real life.
So I saw an interview on Instagram, or maybe it was YouTube. I don't remember, but it was someone was interviewing Juancho Hernan Gomez about it. And he was like, what it was like working with Anthony Edwards. He said something that was really interesting. It was that scene where they're earlier on, where everyone already knows Kermit, who is Anthony Edwards' character, is going first round, first pick.
Yeah.
But he's gonna show up to this open gym anyways, and he's basically gonna like run the court just to assure everyone everything. Well, in that scene, the main character Bo is supposed to block Anthony Edwards, and he does.
Yeah.
And finally they got a block down. But he said it was the hardest thing ever because Anthony Edwards was like, if you're gonna, I'm gonna try to dunk on you. And would just keep dunking on him. Like, he's like, you tell me, like, you're gonna have to block me. Like, I'm not gonna just like soft dunk. Like, I'm gonna try to dunk on you. And it was like the actor was having a hard time blocking Anthony Edwards.
In real life, because in real life he can't cover him.
Oh,
exactly. So like,
Anthony Edwards is an NBA athlete. Yeah. It's like,
well, they both are. But
this guy actually play in the NBA?
Yeah, he plays for the Denver Nuggets. Look that up.
But keep going. I'll look it up.
Yeah, but the Denver Nuggets, I think so. They're both hoopers. It's just that, Anthony Edwards is a number 1 draft pick.
Yeah.
I don't know where Ancho went. Let's see here. We're looking it up.
Oh, they got him in his Boston jersey. well, Boston 41.
He plays for Boston. I thought he played for the Nuggets.
Oh, I see him on the Nuggets, yeah. Okay, and he's been on Minnesota.
So he's a journeyman. He's been traveling. Yeah. He's been traveling. How old is he? 26? Okay, yeah. He has enough time to jump around.
Dang, I actually didn't. Well, I mean, he's clearly not someone you like put on a fantasy team, so that's probably why I never really crossed my paths or anything. But
no, he's really. I mean, he's good enough to be there, right? And I guess again, like he fits the mold what they were looking for. They wanted him to be Spanish. They wanted him to be young, and he has the mechanical intelligence, the kinesthetic intelligence to pull this off.
Right.
But that's where it goes out the window because I'm watching this. I'm like, this guy plays power forward. There's no way he's guarding.
Right. Yeah.
It's a mismatch. It's not even fair.
Like they're trying to cast him as like Kevin Durant or something like that. Or actually Giannis is actually he's probably legit trying to be Giannis.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably what it was trying to make him the next. They said that. That's the next freak.
Yeah.
This next big freak. So
Adam said that.
They know what they're doing.
But yeah, back on that social media thing that was really cool. It's like I don't think people understand like how big the basketball market is now, and like that actually is a really important part of basketball culture right now. Is like if you're a high school player right now and you don't have edits on Instagram of your highlight games, you're nobody. Like to that community, like you can put up the craziest stat lines, but if you're not going like with semi-viral with every post and stuff, like even it's like that's almost even part of the scouting regimen is to have this thing. You know what I mean?
I can't remember these kids' names. I wish I would, because it's funny talking about this. I saw some video of these two brothers who were hoopers who recorded themselves, and they found an alternate path. Like, we're really good. We're not going to the league. Right. So they just started dedicating their time to recording other people. Yeah. And, like ESPN is like picking up from them. Like, this is good work. Yeah. Which, by the way, guess who's doing that in this movie? Adam Sandler's daughter. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just kind of falls into it. Like, I need somebody to hold this camera. And she just kind of takes it to like a whole, directorial, auteur kind of thing. You know, she puts her name on it. They have to do that. She puts a little extra.
Yeah,
On it.
yeah.
But yeah, I said these two brothers. I wish I could remember their names, but I'm pretty sure ESPN picked them up. You know, as like, you know, I don't know, junior correspondents or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, y'all go out there, hit the circuit, record some reels for us.
Well, so like there was two people that were I actually in the movie who I wouldn't have known other than for social media. The professor. Back when I was like hooping all the time, I'd watch his videos every day because I wanted to get better at dribbling.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I remember you showed me those videos.
yeah, he's like
You follow him on Instagram.
I follow him. Yeah, he's sick. He's so good. And another one called Lethal Shooter, and he like he's helped recoach people that have come to the league with like poor form because like they didn't have like the best like they were an incredible athlete in high school and maybe could even like shoot when people weren't guarding, but once you get to the NBA, if you don't have the right shot, it doesn't go in because defense is a lot different in the NBA. So like he helps recoach these people. And I've watched a lot of his videos too. Like I saw them pop in and they were assisting Bo like work on his handles and work on his shot and stuff like that. It's just so cool that it was like the basketball market is so big that this movie wanted to be so authentic that they went and got the best social media influencers to do what they do for the basketball community in the movie. I love it.
The best players got the best. Well, not the best players because you said something interesting about this. The reason why LeBron James doesn't appear in this movie, even though he produced it, you could argue that it's star power. It's not about him. You know what I mean? He's just gonna soak up all the praise. But who else was there? Steph.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what you say about that?
Giannis wasn't in it. Yeah. Think about all the teams and all the players that were in it, and think about what was happening whenever this movie would have been in production last year. Mm-hmm. People are still playing. See, the playoffs are going on. So you can't have these. Even though some of these players are incredible and they're so good. Like I love this dude Boban for down in Dallas. He's so funny and I loved his part.
If this movie was filmed this year, he wouldn't be there.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to be there. And which is funny because Kyle Lowry was in it. Because Kyle Lowry wasn't on the Heat yet. Yeah. And so, so it's like there's so many different people that literally just couldn't be in this because the playoffs are going and like they're still considered like maybe even they're hurt or anything like that. They probably can't come out and do this stuff because of legal contracts and all these types of different things. But
I wonder how they felt whenever they knew that Anthony Edwards would be available. Oh, shit, he can't. Timberwolves, he ain't going.
Yeah.
So just cast him. Well,
yeah.
Right.
Or did they have like their eye on a couple of movies? Because like, how did you know you needed Kermit to be this ruthless crap talker? Mm-hmm. And how like does Anthony have that reputation? Is he like that?
I feel like he wasn't acting. You know what I mean? Yo, he said one thing like he's a dick, he's a bad guy, but he said, "Oh, late bitch," and I was like, "That's just good.
Yeah,
that's just witty banter." Yeah, like I mean, even if they were friends, I would say that. You know what I mean?
So you must be this the Spanish bull, but I'm gonna be that little guy in a cape running circles around you.
Yeah.
Like dang, okay.
That was quick.
Yeah.
He learned he was from Spain just before saying that.
Yeah.
At least maybe I don't know. Maybe he had homework. Maybe he did his homework. Yeah, the smart villain goes in prepared.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's so good. I loved it.
Sidetrack. We had the cast stuff I wanted to point out. Heidi Gardner.
I knew you wanted to. This is the second time we talked about her. There's someone else she was in.
First and foremost, I don't know. I just want to know that she's gorgeous. I think she's so pretty and she's so funny. So she's a catch. But also, she's a huge basketball fan. So I follow her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I follow her on Instagram. Yeah, she's like LeBron James, Cavs all day. I don't know where she's from. Or she's from Cleveland or what. But yeah, she's a big fan. So I was like, whenever I saw her here, I'm like, you're here for two reasons: SNL, Adam Sandler, basketball fan, Adam Sandler. Like y'all must have like met on set and just bonded. Because she turns out to be the savior.
Yeah,
she's like low key the savior by the end. Like I remember whenever she's like, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm like, oh no, I want to see more of you, Heidi.
Yeah. I forgot she was in. I had to watch it in. Sorry, guys, my giant dog just moved the whole table. I had to watch it in sequences, so I watched it in like thirds. Yeah. I forgot she was in the very first part of it. Mm-hmm. So when she came back in the end, I was like, oh yeah, she's here and she's doing things.
Yeah, she said, I'm taking a step back to run the day to day or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's not gonna end well for you, Adam.
Yeah,
you're banking on her. You need her vote of support in order to keep your vice coaching job. Speaking of vice coaching, we're getting ahead of ourselves. They brought in Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers was in it.
We knew Like, we didn't know anything. I guess you could argue they replaced the owner. They could have replaced the head coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the end of it, Doc Rivers shows up as the head coach. I'm like, shit.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. They mentioned Joel Embiid, but he's not in it.
He's not in it. Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting. I wonder what that was about because I mean, you had Harris and Seth Curry and
Steph Curry was good. Yeah,
yeah.
Steph was.
Yeah.
Steph's over here, you know. Actually, Steph was hurt, wasn't he? He's probably hurt during this one.
Yeah, but
I can't remember when he came back.
Yeah. No, yeah, he was hurt during this. Yeah. But I mean, you can't make a rule. But
yeah,
I mean,
right.
maybe that's not right. Maybe he's one of those bad acting NBA players. Maybe he just can't act.
I don't know. Like his Subway commercial's kind of garbage. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being salty. I
was like LaMelo Ball's commercial is really bad too. The Hulu ones, Hulu Live Sports.
It's so funny because like I act, and I would never hop to my own horn. I'm a great actor, whatever.
He's a thespian.
But like, man, people are just bad actors.
Yeah.
There's some people who are just bad actors. Like, I don't know what it is because I feel like I'm not a great actor at all. You know what I mean? I just don't think I'm good at it. But people keep asking me to do it, so here I am. But it's something you're super self-conscious about. You know what I mean? Not like being Steph Curry. You know what I mean? The motherfucker can put the ball in the hoop anywhere on the court.
Yeah.
That is like, that's good.
Yeah.
That is really good work. You know what I mean? And I'm just over here reading lines that I memorized.
Yeah.
So like, the two don't compare. But whenever I see somebody like, LaMelo Ball try to act, I'm like, you ain't got it, son. You ain't got it. You know who has it? Baker Mayfield, great actor. Blake Griffin, great actor.
Yeah, Blake Griffin was good. LeBron was pretty good. In what was that movie called? Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. He was hilarious.
Yeah, that was really good.
In Space Jam.
Yeah.
He was a better actor than Michael Jordan was. Yeah, that's about as good as he'll get in that debate. Even though, pause. The original movie's better. Don't blame us in the comments. The original movie's better. I'm just saying LeBron James was a better actor in his movie. I feel like that's a fucking fact.
Well, if we're talking about best actors, this is twice now that I've been just so impressed with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, man.
Uncut Gems. Into this thing, he's always been such like easy, funny actor.
Ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's definitely a sports movie.
It's his thing.
He's really good. Let Shaq tell you, Adam can hoop. You know what I mean? He's not like professional grade hooper, obviously, but he can hoop.
Yeah.
Street level will fucking dice you up on the court in a pickup game at 45, 50 years old. Yeah. In sweatpants.
And he sneaks basketball into his other movies too, like Grown Ups.
Yeah.
It's the whole story about how they grew up playing basketball together. Everything. What's the one where he's a firefighter and marries?
Yep.
Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
Chuck and Larry. Yeah. He's hooping in that one. Like he's like gosh, even in is that him in Gridiron Gang?
No, he's not.
What's the other one? Longest Yard.
Football movie.
But he's hooping in the beginning of it, I think, right?
Probably.
Or not make that up. I don't know, but he's hooping all the time.
Did he hoop with Big Daddy? Was he hooping? Was he showing kid how to shoot hoops? I can't remember. Yeah, I feel like we're just like, inserting basketball and all.
Yeah, Mandela effect. Yeah, he's always played basketball.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, but he's so good at acting. I will tell you the most impressive part. I think the thing that Adam Sandler carries so hard with this thing. His acting through the montage, like him, like laughing and like chuckling and bantering and like being loud and everything, like during the training montage with like there's like
it's actually inspirational.
Yeah. And because there's like, I mean, he's part of his like acting shtick, I would say, like is like there's like this ability to just like throw words at people and they're just gonna make you laugh. Like it's like. He whether he's poking fun at you or just at the situation or like there's like the whole like one of my favorite lines ever is from Big Daddy where they're like they're in the park and like this goth guy walks past them or what. Yeah.
You're mad at your father, not at me.
Yeah. I love that line. Like just be able to throw that out at something and it's just like it's so funny. So when he's like just like in the car behind Bo running up the hill and he's just like yelling at him like funny things, sad things, angry things, or whatever it is.
Mom.
Yeah.
And he try to get in his head. This is his mom a lot, but again, like the point of that part is, the game is mental that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has to get in his head to like just kind of build up his mental toughness. You know what I mean? Kobe wasn't shaking. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Kobe's actually throwing it back at you. So
Yeah, whatever language you're speaking too.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, Adam Sandler, for me, that was the most impressive part. Is like he has figured out how to be a character actor for these different roles that he's taken. Whether it's Uncut Gems, where he's just obsessed with gambling, or it's or it's this film where he's like basically obsessed with
Well,
scouting, not necessarily, but like, you know how it is. He's figured out how to act.
Yeah.
But then he's also like is like pulling that.
He's pulling, you know, out of his hat.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still in his bag.
Yeah.
He's still in his bag. Like, I am Adam Sandler. I am a comedic genius. But I do this drama shit too. But like, don't get it twisted. Let me just pull back these jokes. I got these jokes which I swear he's just freestyling.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's an improv actor.
And that's the thing. It doesn't feel like it's an SNL skit when in the movie, when he says something funny, he's saying something funny to let you know that this character is trying to make the other character in the show laugh.
Yeah.
Not you, the audience.
Yeah.
He's acting. He's literally acting. He is Stanley talking to Bo.
Yeah.
And making jokes with Bo
Yeah.
that happen to be like really funny and stuff like that. So I don't know. I love that.
You said 2 movies because, you know, Adam Sandler makes a lot of gold comedies, right? A lot of misses too. Don't get me wrong. I actually hate Grown Ups personally. I've never even seen Grown Ups 2.
Grown Ups is okay.
Yeah, but you know, the thing about Adam Sandler is, and what even though I hate Grown Ups, I will respect all day. Is he's reached a level where he just doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean, he wanted to make a movie with his friends, and he did it, and it was successful, even if it wasn't critically acclaimed. You know what I mean? Like, people will go see anything Adam Sandler does. I'm to the point where I will also do that, but especially if it's not a comedy. Like, let him do any sort of movie. He's doing another movie with the Safdie brothers. Apparently.
Oh, really?
Safdie brothers, the 2 brothers who did Uncut Gems. So, and like they, I think if I'm not mistaken, he sought them out. He's like, I really like your work. I want to work with you. And now the movie was so successful. Obviously, he didn't win any awards, to my knowledge, but it was so successful. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna do more of this shit. He's getting to an age where, you know, he's kind of evolving, which I love. I love when all actors break out of their comfort zone. Denzel Washington, etc. Sam Jackson, well, I don't know about comfort zone. This guy's unmatched. But anyways, yeah, he's getting to an age. Oh, Liam Neeson. I was just talking about Liam Neeson earlier today. This guy's not getting any younger. You know what I mean? He can't keep doing his Taken movies. Yeah. You know what I mean? What's his next move? What's he gonna pivot to? He's gonna start doing some more dramas. You know, some Michael Caine kind of shit. But anyways, yeah. If you want to go back into his repertoire, dude did a movie called Reign Over Me with Don Cheadle. And it is wonderful. It's a sad story.
Adam Sandler?
Adam Sandler. I give you the premise. Came out like 2007, 2007. And he plays a seemingly homeless person whose family was lost in 9/11.
Oh.
And he's still stuck on that day. So Don Cheadle runs into him on the street like, oh, hey, we went to school together. I fucking love you. What happened to you, man? Let's reconnect. And they do, and he's, you know, like shocked to find out, you know, what's going on. This guy, he repaints his apartment every day. You know what I mean? Like, because that's like something he was doing before his family died. You know what I mean? Like, mind you, he doesn't repaint the whole thing every day. It's, you know, 12 hours.
Like 51st dates.
Yeah, but yeah, essentially he's reliving that day. He's like, he's playing the same video games, playing fucking Shadow of the Colossus. And he has a whole routine where he's just going through. He can't get over that day. Meanwhile, like his in-laws are trying to reach out to him, you know, bring him back into the society and shit. But yeah, I think he got sort of settlement and everything like that. My point is that it's a really good movie. It's a dramatic movie. And
sounds good.
He did another movie called Punch Drunk Love that was even earlier, back in 2000, which, you know, he plays some sort of like neurotic character, who gets conned by it's still comedy. He calls it to like a sex hotline or something like that. And that person who he calls tries to blackmail him and shit. It's a whole thing, but it's not like a on its face laugh out loud comedy.
Oh, okay.
He's putting on a really good performance the entire time. It's the first time I've ever seen it. You know what I mean? This is the first time I've ever seen Adam Sandler not be Adam Sandler. Yeah. And then he picks his battles here and there, but I think as he gets older, we'll see more of this. Yeah.
Well, man, I don't know. Hustle. I know it's maybe. It's hard to necessarily say there would be a fandom around Hustle, but there's clearly an Adam Sandler fandom and there's clearly an NBA fandom. Yeah. So it's not like we'll ever be able to do a show like an episode like this again, maybe. But we had to do it. It was just such a good movie.
Really good sports movie, and like on that topic, like like if you like this, you rocking with this, let us know like your favorite sports movies because this just shot up there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like this is like remember the Titans.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys remember the first time you watched Remember the Titans? That's what, like,
Yeah.
like this. It's that, like, I would say.
I was enthralled by every aspect of this movie. Like from the again the basketball side of it. Like watching basketball is thrilling. Watching them do it is thrilling. Winning Time does that too, but less. It's not really much about the basketball. This does it. It rocks that line of balance, man. Their dramatic performances are just captivating. The game is intense and exciting to watch. And yeah, I will tell you because we're wrapping this up. We're talking about like things that are unrealistic. One thing that I hated about this movie that kind of took me out of it was again the villain Ben Foster. That was his name again.
Ben Foster, yeah.
Yeah, he appears on ESPN.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
Forgot about that scene. Yeah.
It's funny because you actually made it make a little more sense to me. It felt very much like a video game. That felt very 2K, like a cutscene.
Yeah.
Where the owner of the 76ers badmouths a undiscovered talent.
Yeah.
And just because like
extremely unprofessional.
Yeah, unprofessional. You find out that he has a record. He has a criminal record, not even a background record. I don't think they even reveal what it was.
It's assault.
It's assault, but like they don't go into the context. You know what I mean? People just think assault. What assault? Who did he assault? I don't know. Maybe that guy had it coming.
He tells it at some point. He's crying, breaking down, crying, and he tells Adam.
But I mean, like the media doesn't know.
Oh yeah, no one knows.
No one knows.
Yeah,
no one explains the story. Like if I'm watching this, I'm like, well, who the fuck did he hit?
Yeah, they need a rep. Yeah.
What did they say?
Yeah.
Because like I'm like, man, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and I would watch any movie Will Smith does tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I love both of those guys. So like I said, that's not violence is not a disqualifier for me. You know what I mean? Like you have to like be violent towards women, children, and like sexual assaults, and the list can go on. Don't get me wrong, but they just said he has an assault charge against him. I was like, that's hella vague.
That could mean a lot of different.
That's hella vague. Tell me more about this.
Yeah.
Because before you roast this guy's career, but yeah, it's hella professional. This the successful owner, by the way, who got there by being birthed into it, has no actual basketball acumen. Is on ESPN. Basically,
he's the shortest guy in the film.
He's the shortest guy in the film. Short. Oh my god, interesting point.
I don't know if that's true, but he is constantly the shortest guy in the room.
So much shorter. He's so much shorter than Adam Sandler, I'm sure. But yeah, he's over here. Like, when was the last time? I don't know. I can't think of any basketball owners. Oh, Mark Cuban. Boom. Mark Cuban's coming out and saying, you know what? I don't know. Johnny Smith he just sucks. He's never playing for Dallas.
If anything, he's known for doing the opposite. He was like, I'll bet my career on Luka. You know what I mean? I feel like
exactly.
He goes the other way with it.
Exactly, but he's probably the most vocal like owner in the actual league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I haven't heard shit from Jenny Buss. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with the Lakers? But like, yeah, this guy steps down from his fucking high horse to badmouth a nobody essentially. You know, I mean, this guy he's playing people's careers. And actually, I want to shout out somebody, a friend of mine named John. You know John. Tristan's John.
Oh
yeah.
I know a lot of Johns.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, kind of just figured, oh yeah, John.
Yeah.
But he's a hooper. You know, he hooped a lot. He played in college and everything. And he explained that scene to me a little bit. It made it make more sense to me. It's still messy, but he was getting at this is the LeBron James influence. It's like you have people, the media, and these people who don't actually play the game, who have these people's futures in their hands.
Yeah.
And it's just that fragile. You know what I mean? Like this guy who made one mistake in his life got put on blast and got barred from the combine and was, almost sent back to his hood in Spain, despite having all the talent deserving of being there.
Yeah.
But because somebody who does not, two people by the way, because the
interviewer.
Puts him
he wrote the interview. Yeah.
How dare you? You know what I mean? It made that actually made the scene make more sense too. But yeah, to talk to somebody who has a little more insight on that was very interesting. Because like this movie seems flawless, but that seemed out of place. If I have any critique, they could have done it better. It just looked fake.
Well, Ben Foster's character was clearly like recovering or trying to like cover up this thing and also like lash out on Adam Sandler's character because the last thing they did was Adam Sandler cussed him out or whatever, but it was just like literally was like throwing Bo along with him, which was that's what you said is like the problem is like no, this guy like has a chance, has a future.
Yeah.
You say this thing in front of millions of people, that's the rap.
Yeah.
And so they have to recover from it. That's what sparks the social media campaign that gets him to the combine. And
in case you're wondering, I'm sure y'all saw the movie, but his assault charge was he confronted his baby mama's boyfriend,
new boyfriend, yeah,
who wanted to take his daughter away for a check. And they don't even go into detail because it's one of those things kind of like in horror, where like don't show, let your imagination flow.
Yeah.
I rhymed bars. Yeah, they don't really go into detail. You just kind of know. You put two and two together. He's a passionate father who's about to lose his daughter over government money. Is he getting that check too? Certainly, but that's not why he's in it. He loves his daughter. He loves his mother. He's in it to, he's working an actual job to support his family. And this guy is coming in to take his daughter away for a check. He just wanted to talk to him. And I can only imagine, oh boy, escalated the situation.
Yeah.
That's not worth losing your fucking career in the NBA for.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this dude Bo would trade his whole career for his daughter.
Yeah,
For his daughter.
100%.
Makes it very clear.
Yeah, if Adam Sandler said, hey, you're in, but you can't go see your daughter again, he's like, well, fuck it. I guess I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Which, does that remind you, what was that scene that you wanted to cry about?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So the day before his big break, where he's gonna get to go play at the combine, and Adam Sandler realizes that he is missing his daughter and his mother, and so Adam Sandler and his wife fly them out and surprise him up in this hotel room, and he jumps in the pool with all of his clothes on. He jumps in.
Man, pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was like, okay, let's back to basketball. Woo! But I was like, dang, man.
That was touching, but for me, it would go a little further. He tells, to rewind it back, he's talking to little Miss Adam Sandler, his daughter, and he explains that his entire right sleeve.
Oh my God! Yeah,
his daughter and his mother.
Oh yeah.
And by the end of the movie, whenever he meets, actually, there's like 3 parts of this. He's sobbing in his hotel room. So fast forward, he explains his tattoos, his whole sleeve, daughter, mother. It's all about them. His other arm blank. That's for his father. His father wasn't in the picture.
It's cold. Lines. Oh my gosh.
Cold. Whole arm dedicated to him. Absent. Nothing. I won't waste ink. I won't suffer his fucking suffer the ink for that. But yeah, he goes back to his hotel room later in the movie, and he's sobbing over. He blew it. He blew his combine.
Yeah.
He let Anthony get in his head.
Got violent.
His mom he got violent, which sells what he
proved
did.
the point or whatever.
Point,
yeah.
quotes, but no one heard what Anthony was saying.
Yeah.
Mind you, that's not a defense. I'm just saying.
I threw it out there. I was like, if I was like people about to draft Anthony Edwards or whatever, and I was Bo, I'd be like, you should hear the things he was saying.
like maybe I shouldn't have thrown my fist at him, or maybe I shouldn't have pushed him down. But god damn it,
yeah,
you should have heard what he said. It was savage. Like I thought I was used to trash talk. This guy's good.
Yeah,
drafted him #1 for like what's that game back in the day on MTV? Your mama. First round pick for your mama. But yeah, he blew his combine. His mom was trying to cheer him up, just kind of comfort him and shit like that. She said that Adam Stanley is his oak tree. You know what I mean? The same way that he was the sturdy oak for his family, for his mother, and for his daughter. Adam Sandler is being that for him because no one was ever that for him. Unfortunately. Maybe his mom was for like the previous part. She passed it on to him. She depended on Bo to take care of her. Anyways, by the end of the movie, you discover that Bo has got a tattoo on his left sleeve. It's his left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his left sleeve, and it's an oak tree. Yeah. They don't dig too deep into it. I don't know what's on there. I don't know if it says anything on there or anything like that. But it's Stanley, and I teared up. I never knew my father. On some Bruce shit, and I was like, this is nice. This is wonderful. This is a really touching moment.
And then are you gonna talk about when they finally meet again, when he's on Celtics?
Oh, well then it's fast forward. It's the same scene, but yeah, your boy Adam got his promotion. He got the job, his dream job. Well, his dream job is to be a coach, but
he's working up. Yeah.
It's Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
He's the assistant coach of Doc Rivers, who again talk about being short. God damn it, guys, tall. or Adam is short.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, he was an NBA athlete, so
he was an NBA athlete. It was massive. And they go out to the court, and lo and behold, across the way, hey coach, it's Bo Cruz, rookie number 22.
Number 22.
Dub for Juice Dub. What did Kenny call him? Dubs. Can't remember. Anyways, his number was 22, and Kenny backstory. Kenny played with him in college. Anyways, his number was 22. He donned Stanley Adam Sandler's number as his own, and that was just wonderful. And to take it back even further, what's his name? What's the Brad Stevens? Who's the coach for Celtics?
Yeah, Brad Stevens.
Yeah. He's over here like, hey, this guy looks really good. We can use him on the Celtics.
Yeah. Drafted.
Ooh. They didn't say what pick, but you know.
Yeah, I love that. And then immediately after that, it goes to the huddle and it goes over to Tobias Harris and like, if he's going right, he's gonna drive. If he's going left, he's gonna step back, shoot. Okay, shut him down.
Shut this kid. I taught him everything he knows. Everything he knows. Shut this motherfucker down. No rules, no mercy. Yeah. He's not my son. Not the next 60 minutes. Yeah, man.
So good.
It was amazing.
It is right. Well, guys, that's been our episode over the awesome movie. You guys can go check it out. Hustle, starring Adam Sandler and like every NBA basketball player ever. Really great film. It's on Netflix. Please go watch it, guys. Let us know what you guys thought about it.
I remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Marcus Smart.
Oh,
Celtics. We have a little fun fact. We have a little a brief encounter with the man.
Yeah.
So Marcus Smart, if you're watching this,
yeah,
we remember you.
Yeah.
And I know you remember us. You remember our names, but you can't forget that party was fucking. That party was the fucking vibe. You know it.
I was low-key pulling for him in the finals too.
100%.
Yeah. So it's like
100%. I was torn. I was like, man, I don't even like the Celtics, but I like Marcus Smart.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
We got partied in my house. We drank together. You know what I mean?
Maybe get yourself a Finals MVP award or something like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that'd been sick. We remember you win. We remember you when you refused to sign our beer pong table. We had an NBA like branded. It wasn't NBA, but you know, they had like the NBA like drip guy, like Jerry West. It's the logo.
Yeah.
But it was like the guy shooting the ball instead of It was a beer pong table. You've all seen it. It wasn't special. You buy it at Walmart probably. Anyways, we had that in the house, and this is our college days. So we had every visitor signed the beer pong table. Every visitor except Marcus Smart. Motherfucker, we love you, but he was like, "Yeah, man, I can't do it because you could sell it, and then I could be in trouble." I'm like,
"No one would want to buy all these other signatures on it."
Yeah.
Whatever.
It could be any Marcus Smart. You know what I mean?
I know like 3 of them.
Yeah. You ain't special. What if you don't go to the league? I don't know. That was dude, this guy was never not going to go.
Yeah.
You know, he had to break his fucking leg and lose it or something. But I think it was after Kevin Durant said he was already ready for the league. You know what I mean? Like this guy was. I was like, dude, what are you doing here? You're really good. He was like, yeah, man. We were just in town. We heard there's a party over here, so we rolled through. It was him and like 3 other guys.
Don't know how.
Don't know any of them. I don't know if any of them made it to the league. But yeah, that was a little brief story about basketball and the Celtics and whatnot.
Marcus Smart wasn't in this one. Too bad.
He wasn't
too bad.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Well, they were playing, but.
Then who was in the Celtics? Who was on camera?
They don't show you anybody. Yeah. They don't show you, but they show you Brad Stevens though. So
they show you Brad Stevens. Yeah,
maybe his part was easy enough. Yeah, he had one line.
Yeah, he just should show up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think they'll show him in the huddle.
Of course, that's just a theory. Maybe I'm wrong about the timeline, but it makes sense to me.
We don't know when it was shot, but that's very astute of you to point out.
Well, oddly enough, we do know when it's shot because of all their haircuts. Anthony Edwards had his last year's hair.
Yeah.
So I know that's like a weird way to monitor that, but they were all had a very specific haircut at this time, and Anthony Edwards had it.
Yeah, it was like we were shot during COVID.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but that's what this guy's giving me right now. I can tell because that was the style back then.
Yeah.
some forensic shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's our episode today. Thanks for watching. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let us know what you guys thought about this movie.
Your favorite basketball or sports movies, period.
Yeah, we want to know what's the best sports movie. What's better? Which Space Jam is better?
Oh yeah, what Space Jam is better? I need to know. I wanted somebody to tell me it's LeBron James. I want somebody to tell me that because don't get me wrong, I love that movie. I did. It's just I remember watching Michael Jordan's in theaters. For all I know, that movie is better. For all I know, LeBron James is better. I just refuse to read it.
Yeah,
it's childish and nostalgia and whatnot.
Well, all right. Good talking to y'all. We'll catch y'all next time. Later.